Yeah, Black Friday is coming. I know. And if you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to know what ads you're supposed to run. We're going to actually break down, and I got receipts to show you. What ads should you be running on Black Friday? What ads are people asking for? As a matter of fact, we're going to show today some receipts to see what are the most popular ads that brands around the world are asking for so that you can match what they're doing. And let's also break down the strategy and why certain types of campaigns and hacks are what's really driving all of this. We're going to unpack everything you need to know. If you're running Black Friday ads and you want to legitimately leverage the expertise of the entire marketplace, I'm going to show you every bit of it today. So with that being said, let's dive in. Yeah! All right, wait a minute. Bam! Ah! Pow! Okay. Like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss any other future videos. Welcome to Digital Marketing 5, where we talk about everything you probably should have seen on the internet this week. And today is all about one specific concept. We're talking about Black Friday ads. And more importantly, what type of ads you should be running and why certain campaign types are becoming all the du jour. And I'll also tell you what I'm gonna be doing for 7, 8, and 9-figure businesses on Black Friday. All that being said, let's unpack it. So, this is a great tweet from my man, Nick Shackelford. Now, for those of you that don't know, Nick Shackelford is kind of high up at a place called Constant Creative. Now, what's really interesting is this is serving as a bit of a bellwether. What is everybody looking for? What types of ads are people trying to run? And what is working for people lately? Now, if you know anything about me, I'm always of the opinion that what's working for everybody else lately might not be what you need to do. But there is brilliance in understanding what everybody's doing because consumer behavior is often curated by the movement of the masses. Not everybody's an independent thinker, right? And we have to level set our expectations around, we might want to play the best game we possibly can, but if everybody else plays by a different set of rules, that might not be what we need to be doing. So in the interest of knowing how the other half lives, let's dive into what this tweet really means. Now, at surface level, more images than video. And matter of fact, more images than we've seen requested in a long time. That's actually really interesting information. And let's unpack why this is. So first off, images versus video. To start, we have to understand that this is basically saying three things are occurring in the space. First, brands are struggling with acquisition. We're seeing more money come in with retention than we are with acquisition. And we shared that with a tweet from Jay a couple weeks ago. And we're seeing advertisers respond to this, and the images versus video tells us how aggressively they're leaning into this. Why? Because images tend to focus more in mid and bottom funnel than videos do. And that is really because of two specific reasons. Number one, images can be shown in more places. And two, videos are great to get your attention. But if you have to sit through a video to get the sales pitch, where you could get it in a quarter of a second with an image, it generally doesn't do nearly as well to push somebody over the edge. So the second thing that this is telling us is not only are ad agencies and brands leaning into the known that acquisition is getting more difficult and money from retention is beginning to rise in the makeup of the revenue floor, which, to be fair, isn't a bad thing. What it also says is there are specific campaign types that everyone is running. Now, we know that certain campaign types do phenomenally at providing incremental lift by growing the top of the funnel. We also know other campaign types, i.e. cost caps and Advantage Plus, they're very, very good at driving a high volume of frequency. Basically, they're showing the ads to people over and over and over again. They're retargeting people that are already mid and bottom funnel. This is less incrementality. This is more credit for the work of the entire team, less overall profit volume. More margin, less volume. And go ahead and check out, by the way, the video we did last week if you want a deeper dive into contribution margin and why that versus making more money, two very different things. So what this is telling us is that the use of cost caps in Advantage Plus and the plan to use those in Black Friday, it indexes well above what we've been seeing brands and ad agencies do, because we have ads that are being shown more often in the mid of the funnel, being where people are aiming their efforts. So it's a compounding thing. If you know you're running campaign types that force impressions more mid-funnel, let's also get ads that operate better when being targeted towards more mid-funnel. And I get it, you can have your audience plus audiences, your Shopify audiences, your lookalikes, your interest groups, etc. It's not about the people that are in the audience on whether or not it's retargeting or not. It's about how Facebook is using it. Remember, 4PI analysis tells us this in a way that basically nobody's talking about because, well, to be fair, that doesn't really move their bottom line when their success is defined on how much credit for everybody else's work they can take, i.e. cost caps, Advantage Plus, contribution margin, ROAS, MER, all of these lies told by performance agencies. Now, the third thing that this tells us is that there is a massive trend towards trying to protect the bottom line. And this is the real insight that I find most interesting. Basically, this is saying that brands and agencies are expecting weakness in Black Friday. Weakness from the market. They're expecting lower sales volumes. They're expecting results to be more difficult to come by. That to me is the single most valuable insight from all of this. And to recap, we know that images are more often used in retargeting for a lot of reasons, but the simplest one is that they can be placed in more places. A full screen vertical video doesn't fit in as many ad placements as a square image. And a square image works very well to get somebody who's interested to take an action because it gives you all the information right away. It's also much easier to produce a high volume of images that you can test your way through. So you're planning on having audience fatigue, and you're planning on having creative fatigue, and you're overcoming that with a volume game, which tells us that we're seeing more people lean into, again, the cost caps in Advantage Plus, lower incrementality, take more credit for the work that's being done, because again, it's more difficult right now to get acquisition revenue than it is retention revenue. But we don't know if that's the horse or the cart, the chicken or the egg. So what I'm finding most interesting out of this, and what I think you need to take away more than anything, is that the market is expecting consumer behavior to be less desirable than previous Black Fridays. And it shows us that the way that people have been doing business, especially in the last 6 months to a year, the Advantage Pluses of the world, the cost caps of the world, they're trying to overcome depreciating assets with manufacturing ad and audience fatigue by volume. And it's a volume of images that's gonna overcome that. Because ultimately, it's much easier to get more images than videos. And performance of images will look better on a report than a performance of a video if you're not able to show incremental lift. If you're looking for the contribution margin of an ad, an image and a cost cap is going to look a lot better on the report because you're not looking at incremental lift, you're not looking at future cash flow, and you're not looking at the impact on the business as a whole. So we're seeing more and more people lean into this. And I think that is a tremendous bit of insight from this little tweet. So thank you, Nick, for showing us all of this. And with that being said, I hope you all are doing well. We don't exactly know how everything's going to work, but we've already addressed how Amazon has probably killed Black Friday in this video. We've already talked about how it's more likely that contribution margin is killing your overall profit volume in this video. And I'm hoping that this video today, I'm talking about what ads people are running for Black Friday. Well, yeah, I know, that's the thumbnail for this video, which is weird. That's probably going to be some of the most important information because of what it says about the industry as a whole. And with that, I'm gonna end it. And so I hope you're doing well. And get your bundles ready. Get your upsells together. Start buying more profitable customer journeys, because this style of thinking makes Q1 an open blue ocean for everybody that spent this time working on incremental lift and the acquisition of profitable customer journeys. And if you're running an ad agency, keep primed of all of the people that you see running a shit ton of images in Q4 and Black Friday, because those are all the people that are going to be looking for new ad agencies in January. All right. That being said, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.